Students, we were doing lesson number 5. Today we have started combustion and fossil fuel. In this chapter, I have explained you that what is combustion and how many type of combustions we have. I have explained you rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion and explosion, and different examples of that we have completed, and we have done complete combustion and incomplete combustion. For you, I am repeating it once again that what is complete combustion. The combustion that takes place in adequate amount of oxygen or air is called complete combustion, or you can say complete combustion is a combustion which takes place in sufficient amount of presence of air or oxygen. So such type of combustions are called complete combustion, and that type of combustion will produce always blue color flame. Then when we talk about incomplete combustion, the combustion that takes place in insufficient amount of, or you can say inadequate amount of oxygen or air, such type of combustion is called incomplete combustion. For example, soot, water, carbon dioxide, heat and light will be the product formed when incomplete combustion takes place. And what will be the flame of that? Yellowish flame will come out whenever there is incomplete combustion of any fuel. And I have told you that in this video we will do some activities which show that how the complete and incomplete combustion can be observed. Okay, so let us try the first activity. In this activity, he want to explain you that first of all, complete and incomplete combustion. For that we require some material like Bunsen burner, matchstick, or we can take gas lighter. Okay, and what we have done, we have adjusted two flames of this one. In one you can see red yellowish flame is coming out, and in another one you can see blue color flame is observed. Okay, so how this adjustment can be done? In the beginning also I have explained you, whenever there is incomplete combustion, then what type of flame will be seen? Reddish yellowish flame will be seen when there is insufficient supply of oxygen. And how we can do it like this? We can adjust this stopper or Bunsen burner in such a way that only a small amount of oxygen is added, or small amount of oxygen can go inside. Okay, and in another we have opened the hole properly so that the complete combustion can take place and a blue flame will be formed. Okay, so by this activity what you have observed, that whenever any fuel is burned, you know that that this LPG fuel is a hydrocarbon, isn't it? What is LPG? LPG means liquefied petroleum gas, and it contains hydrocarbon, means it is made up of hydrogen and carbon. Whenever such type of fuels are burned in presence of oxygen, then they give carbon dioxide, water and heat. Okay, and whenever the hydrocarbon fuels are burned with oxygen but there is insufficient supply of oxygen, then it will always form carbon monoxide, carbon along with water and heat. And what is this carbon? That soot coming out. I have explained in a previous video that whenever your LPG cylinder is going to be finished, your mother indicated 2 or 3 days before that this cylinder is going to be empty. How? The vessels start giving the bottom of that vessels become black due to the sooty flame coming out from the burner, which indicate the incomplete combustion of any fuel. So let us move to next topic, that is conditions necessary for combustion. Yes, there are three conditions which are very necessary, and in absence of these three conditions, the fuel cannot burn and the combustion will not take place. First of all, the first condition necessary for it is presence of a combustible substance, and I have explained you what is combustible substance. The substance that burn in presence of oxygen is called combustible. Okay, so first of all, combustion should be, the combustible substance should be there if I want combustion process to take place. For example, coal, kerosene and wood. These are the combustible substance which are required for the combustion. Okay, now next is presence of a supporter of combustion. Who is a supporter of combustion? In the beginning we have discussed that oxygen gas is the supporter of combustion. You know that air is consist of mixture of gases, isn't it? And out of that, oxygen is a gas which support combustion. So the second requirement is presence of a supporter gas. Then attainment of ignition temperature. Yes, if the substance did not attain that particular temperature, that specific temperature, the combustion process will not take place. And I have explained you what is ignition. Ignition means initial temperature to burn anything, or we can say the temperature, the minimum temperature at which combustion takes place is called ignition temperature. The ignition cannot occur below ignition temperature, and we know that the ignition temperature of different substance is different for anyone. Okay, different material have their different ignition temperature. They start burning at different temperature. Okay, then comes flammable or inflammable substance, means substance with very low ignition temperature. Means if we provide very low temperature to any substance and if it start burning, then such type of substance are called flammable or inflammable substance. For example, petrol, diesel, CNG, kerosene oil and LPG, they have very low ignition temperature and comes under the category of flammable substance. Then what are non-flammable substance? The substance with high ignition temperature which required a high temperature to burn. For example, glass and sand are the non-flammable substance. So I think now you have understood what is combustion and what are the three essential necessary conditions for this combustion. First one was presence of combustible substance. Second one was presence of supporter of combustion. Then attainment of ignition temperature. So let us do one more property to understand that or to study the ignition temperature. Okay. So what material we required? We required paper burner, mastic, tripod stand and pair of tongs and water. Okay. Now you can see in the apparatus that we have taken paper and made a paper cup. Okay. And we have hold that paper cup with the help of pair of tongs. This experiment you cannot do yourself. You have to take your friend with you to perform, or it should be done in the presence of any adult. Okay. So what we have done, we have taken two paper cup and that paper cup was holded by pair of tongs, and when we start burning them, then in one paper cup we have to put some amount of water. What you will see? We will see the paper which did not have the water, it will start burning, means it attain its ignition temperature and start burning, whereas the another paper which contain water takes some time to burn. Till its ignition temperature is not achieved, the paper cup will not burn up to that. So I think this property is clear to you, that the water has increased the ignition temperature. Both this cup are made up of paper, but what was the difference between them? The difference between them is one is having water and another one is lacking water. The paper cup which did not have water, it attained its ignition temperature more faster as compared to another one. So I think this property of ignition temperature is clear to you. Then let us come to the next topic, that is flame. What is flame? The visible gaseous part of fire is called flame. I repeat once again. What is flame? The visible gaseous part of fire is called flame. It is the region where combustion of fuel takes place. Okay, and it depend upon the supply of oxygen, nature of the substance, as well as temperature. Okay, a flame can be of different color. Previously we have seen two type of flame, isn't it? The two type of flame was reddish orange flame and another one was blue flame. So different substance have different type of flame. Here three examples were given. One was blue flame coming out from the gas stove. And how this gas stove is burned? It is burned in the presence of due to presence of LPG cylinder. Then next one was flame produced by candle. Okay, and another was the flame produced by any kerosene lamp. Okay, so I think you have understood what is flame. The visible gaseous part of fire is called flame. Okay, and in this you can see the flame can be of yellow or blue in color. Okay, three zones of candle flames are there. The yellow flame will indicate the incomplete combustion of the substance, as we have done previously also, that whenever yellowish color flame is coming out, that it means the supply of oxygen is very less. Okay, then the incomplete combustion, due to incomplete combustion, we can say when the temperature of the flame is very low, then the blue color flame, and such type of flames have the color of yellow. Okay, or you can say that the flame leaves behind black soot along with some other residue. Such type of flame are called luminous flame, as it produces lot of light. Since lot of light is produced by this yellowish color flame, therefore we call it as luminous flame. But along with light, it produces some black soot also. Soot means some unburnt particles of carbon, and along with other residues. Okay, and if there is complete combustion, then blue color flame will be produced, and this blue color flame will emit very less amount of light. Therefore such type of flame are called non-luminous flame. What they are called? Non-luminous flame. Okay, I think this thing is clear to you, that what type of flame will be produced in case of sufficient and insufficient. Okay, in next of our video we are going to study different zone of flame using a candle. Okay, till that you will revise all the things, that what is flame. Okay, then how many different colors of flames we have. Then after that we have done the activities which indicate that how ignition temperature is necessary for any substance, then the necessary condition for combustion. Till now, up to that we have completed, and next we will start in our next video. In that next video we will do different zone of flame using a candle. So till that, thank you, have a nice day.